Hey peeps, trust you super well. And happy Tuesday. I was up early this morning. I'm up early every morning, running around. Luke has guitar, so he's got to be at school by 6:45. So just so happened to drop him at guitar orchestra, and had to pick up the car that was getting serviced yesterday. So I'm in this car right now, heading home with some coffees. And I just want to share how I've got to run. Q-Paint is our main business. Although you may not know this or not, predominantly I spend every Monday working on Q-Paint. The first half of the day is really just reviewing the last week and reviewing the week ahead. And then this back half of the day from 12 till 4 is back-to-back meetings with each of my team members, working out where they're at, what's holding them back, roadblocks and so forth, and moving everything forward. But in reality, it probably looks easier. I make it look easier than it actually is, because we've got a hectic household. It's Kylie and myself, 7 kids, 2 cats. Recently, new family member Hallie, our little puppy. So it's very hectic between school, after school stuff, in school stuff, camps, basketball, guitars, whatever's going on through the week, and running a couple of businesses, Tradiematepro and Q-Paint. So it happened to come up last night. I was talking to Luke and sharing with him how we best manage our priorities and what we need to get done. Because if you can think about it, I can understand, no matter what, if you're running a business or you've got a household, how hectic it can be. And falling into the trap of trying to find time to do something. I don't know if you've had this experience. I never seem to be able to find time. I'm very terrible at managing time, but I found what works with me is managing my priorities. So putting my highest priorities at the top of the list, blocking them into my calendar so they get done, and working myself backwards out of the calendar. And that's not just for work. I'm talking about for work, for business, for personal, for date days, date nights, guitars, basketball, everything goes into the calendar, and we work around that, rather than waiting for the right time to come or finding time to work on that thing, and then I would do it. And this habit, this process compounds week on week, month on month, year on year. So when I was sharing with Luke, introducing him to Google Calendar, particularly because I'm trying to get him involved into making priorities of his own time, and knowing when he's got to be at guitar, when he's got to be at basketball training, when he's got to do his homework, when he's got an orchestra or tutorials or things like that. Rather than trying to hold it in your head or find time or ask questions, he's in year 9 now, just introduce him to the very basic level of this frame of what gets scheduled gets done. So if you really want something, it's best to schedule it in your space that you can continue working. Now, if it's a big project, you might schedule 1 or 2 hours per week, every week for a couple of months. No different to running Q-Paint. Is my ability to step a little bit out of it is I schedule every week a meeting with the key individuals in the business, no matter what. There's no non-negotiables. I need to know what's going on. Do I need to be the person that does the data entry? No, but I need to know I need to see the dashboard. I'm driving a car right now. Do I need to know how the engine works? Do I need to know the mechanics behind how everything's put together? Not necessarily, but I do need to know how to read the dashboard. I do need to know, read the speedo, temperature, all the stuff that's in front of me, and make decisions based on that. So, if you feel like sometimes you never have time to do the important things, and they could be, time with the kids, it could be date lunch, it could be catching up with family and friends, it could be work, could be business, could be priorities. Works, business stuff, finance stuff, or financial stuff. I encourage you to look at your calendar. Just have a look at whatever you use. It could be a day plan on the wall, could be a diary, could be Outlook, Google Calendar, whatever that you document where you prioritize your time. Have a look at that. And if you see a lot of white space, potentially you're filling in your day with stuff. If you can itemize or document exactly what you're doing when, or prioritize when things should get done, over a period of time, it's going to compound till you build a routine and a structure around how you run your weeks. Now, I've bumped into this conversation or this thought process for a very long time, and once upon a time, I used to think that, well, that structure, that rigidity of it all sounds like it is the opposite, that I have no freedom because I can't do what I want, when I want, with who I want. But if you actually drill deeper into that conversation or deep into that frame, rather than staying on the high level thinking, oh, I've got no freedom, and realize that if you get the things that you want to get done, then that is freedom. Because freedom is based on you doing the things you want to do, when you want to do it, with who you want to do it. And if you don't allow or put the space in your calendar for those things to get done, and they're not getting done, do you really have freedom? That's my question. It works for me. It allows me to focus on the areas that I need to focus on when I need to focus on them, and I have the space to do it. And it gives me structure to be able to let things go when it's not in the right, if I don't need to work on it right now. So I just let it go and move to the next activity. And that's how I can manage running a trade business. And it's exactly the same. If you take how you run your business operations, so scheduling in jobs, you have to have times. But if you extend that thought process or that mythology or philosophy of how you run your projects outside of operations into management, into how you do sales and marketing, into how you do reporting, and have a fixed time for that, for each one of those, you will start